change a couple of lives. I know it's a lot of information, but I really encourage you guys to take it all in, write it down. Remember that it's in Driven Academy, every single presentation. If you guys aren't subscribers, subscribe. But I love my kids, they're so cute. I don't know when they got so shy, because at home they are not shy at all, at all. And I'm sure you guys that have kids can understand what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna start off by talking a little bit about who I am. So I'm Syl Preciado, and I have co-founded every single company with Albert from the bottom up. What does this mean? This means that him and I started off just as a lender and a realtor. I actually have always been interested in real estate since I can remember. And the only thing I ever did before this was waitress and bartend. That's it. So I learned a lot about people, reading people, paying attention. Social cues. Some people don't have social cues, and it's extremely important when you're in sales. Knowing how to read a person is key. We train on this a lot. Jared is right there, and he's an amazing human, and I love you. But, we work a lot with our team on things like this, because if you can't sell, you're never going to make a ton of money. It's very important to know how to sell, so that we focus on a lot. And sales is just key, guys, and get comfortable being uncomfortable, because I'll be honest, if I didn't have to speak, I'd be the happiest girl ever. Not because I don't want to give you guys value, because I would rather make sure this whole thing is operating properly. But we have an amazing team, so that's the only reason I'm able to do everything that I do, is because my team is amazing. We have the probably close to perfect team that we've ever had, and it's just mind-blowing. I talk about one specific person, that really, I would have been super stressed out the week leading up, and I had to deal with other things that were going on, and it was so nice. I was telling Albert, it feels so good to know that somebody else, that I can trust my team completely, if that makes sense. Obviously, I'm a perfectionist, so things are never gonna be super, super perfect, right? But it works. You guys are getting the value, and it is what it is, So hiring the right people is important. So it's never me alone or Albert alone, because like he says, him without me and me without him and us without our team, it just doesn't work. That's why it's a teamwork, and a lot of people, I notice, they let their ego get to them, or what, Ty was just talking about. It's so true. Think about it. So many people, 2021, 2022, their egos were taking over. Why? Because business was so easy. Anybody, like Albert says, Italia could have done a mortgage. It's crazy, right? We were taking orders. That was it. So now, guess who's standing? It's the true players. That's it. The people that have the work ethic that it takes to be great. Most people don't have a very good work ethic. And I like to consider myself the hardest worker in every single room that I walk into. Why? Because I'm gonna make sure the job gets done. It doesn't matter how late, how early, if I don't sleep, whatever that looks like, it's gonna get done. Because I know what needs to get done in my business, in my life, in my relationships, in everything that I do. And so should all of you guys, we work. Albert and myself, we work as a team, because him and I are on the same team. I know a lot of you guys are in business with your spouse, or if you're not, your business partner. It's just as important, husband, wife, or whatever they call that. Him and I, he's just my best friend, and we're both hard workers. That's it. We're not special. We're not any different than you two, or you two, or you two. We aren't. We communicate properly, we understand each other, we respect each other. We're not perfect. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. Are we better than ever? 100%. We are better than we have ever been. Until this day, I'm still like, oh shit. And he's like, so don't worry about the things you can't control. Because for me, I've had to learn business from the way up. There wasn't things like there are now that you have all the information. As long as you're willing to put the money where your mouth is, you have the blueprints. Because if we can do it, you can do it. That's it. It's that simple. But most people, they want everything for free. They're entitled. They think they deserve this because they did this and they did that. And entitlement is the opposite of being grateful, you guys. And you block all your blessings with entitlement. I've seen it so much, and it just happens over and over again. And me, I'm a lover. If I love you, and I love hard. But when I'm done, it's over. There's nothing more. There's nothing more because we don't have extra time. Time is so precious. You never get it back, you guys, ever. This is it right now, today, this second. Sunday, driven day 2 or 3 if you're a CEO. You're never going to have this day again. You're never going to be this young again. You're never going to have these opportunities again. So you have to know how to take them. Most people miss out on opportunities because they're not committed. They're not ready to take in all the blessings. And I want to encourage all of you guys to go for it. What's the worst that can happen? That you mess up and you end up right back where you started? Great, so big deal. Things don't happen to us, they happen for us. And I know, it's hard to understand why certain things happen or why people do certain things. You know, a week leading up to this, some crazy things happened, you know, and it just makes you question things and doubt yourself and be like, man, well, what am I doing wrong? But when you have an amazing spouse that paints the picture, business partner, whatever that looks like, and says, Syl, it's meant to happen like this. Some people are going to start with you. That doesn't mean they're going to end with you. And that's okay. You wish people well because guess what? When you hate, you can't create. You cannot create because you're so focused on the negative that's what you get more of. Our minds are so powerful, you know, and me, I have to sometimes snap myself out of like those thoughts. We have 80,000 thoughts on average, some less, some more, a day. 80% of them are negative. 95% of them are the same ones that we had the day before, sorry. Imagine that. So you have to know how to shift. How do you shift? How do you get out of that negative mindset when you lose your only escrow? When things aren't going good? When you don't know how you're going to pay the bills? How? You have to have a strong mindset, you guys. That is the one thing that I encourage you guys. If you don't have a strong mindset, get one. Build it. Figure out how to get it. It's never going to be perfect. It's never the right time. You're never going to have enough money. You just have to go for it. That's all that you have to do. Me and Albert as a couple. Oh, did I skip one? I hate using these things. Okay, so is that what was up already? I didn't even look back. It was up? Okay, so as a couple, you have to know what your purpose is. For Albert and myself, I mean, nothing makes me happier than someone that opens their first escrow, closes 10 loans a month, 20 loans a month, nothing. Like other people's success under our umbrella makes me the happiest person. It really does. Who was it the other day? I don't know if what's his name? Jose Maldonado. You're Jose. He opened his first escrow. William, when he opened his first escrow, I saw him somewhere. I get so excited, guys, because guess what? I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to work 3 months every single day and have absolutely nothing to show for it. But guess what? It's all those little seeds that we're planting, because if success were easy, everybody would be successful. You know, in a lot of couples, I'm like, look, you have to find your purpose, because if you don't find your purpose, you spend your time focusing on bullshit. What do I mean by this? The stupid little fights, the this, the that, the nagging. That doesn't work. And you could never, ever, ever become uber successful, because you're tearing each other down as the world is tearing you down. Think about that. So him and we barely even sometimes have time to talk, where I'm like, dude, I need to catch him. I was talking to my team the other day. I'm like, yeah, tonight when we're like in bed, these are the 3 things that I'm going to go over. I'll have the answers in the morning. Because we're busy all day, every day. That's why we don't have time for anybody but the people that are directly with us, and that's it. Because our vision, our mission, it's so big, guys. Carrying a load like that is a lot. You know, sometimes I look at Albert, I'm like, damn, how? Like, he's crazy, you know, and he is crazy. You guys all know he's freaking crazy. But he has the biggest heart that I have ever seen. He is the best dad. He is the best leader. He cares about people so much. It's insane, you know. But then again, when he's done, he's done. You know, and to me, I always tell people, communicate properly. If us humans could learn how to communicate properly in our business, in our personal life, with our colleagues, think about how many problems, how many issues, how much unnecessary drama would be avoided if we could just say how we really feel, say what we're really thinking. And it's also a discipline that you have to learn, because so many people are scared to say what they really feel. Me, doesn't matter if I hurt your feelings. I'm going to let you know in a constructive way exactly what's expected, what you can expect from me, what I expect from you, and then we're good. So many people can't do that. I'm telling you, I see broken grown-ups, and it makes me so sad, because we all have so much to give. Every single one of you. You don't have to be rich. You are where you are, and you go from there, and you keep going up from there. But you have to focus on doing what's right always. Don't do anything bad, because guess what? Even though nobody saw you, well, God, whatever higher power you believe in, it's up there. And it keeps track of everything. Every single thing that we do. That's why I always do good things only, because I like to live a good life, a happy life. I love my kids. I love to see them happy running this place, like if it is technically theirs, but you guys get the point. I have built a dream life, and every single day when I wake up, I'm grateful now more than ever, you know, because of some things I'm going to talk about later. But having these 3 things clear, if you don't have them, do it this weekend, tomorrow, whenever you can, Monday. PPFs, they're your personal, your professional, and your financial goals. Most people don't even know how much money they made last year, or the year before that, or the year before that. So how do we track it? That anytime we have an interview with a realtor or lender, we're like, okay, what are your numbers? We pull them for the last 12 months. Most people don't even know how many transactions they closed in the year. So how could we grow that? As a couple, what are your goals? What are his goals? Because that's where all the miscommunication happens, guys. And then if you focus on those little things, you're never going to do anything great. Him, I let him do his job, and I do my roles. He has his roles, I have my roles. I've learned how to trust him. I think this is a big one when you work with your couple, with your significant other, whatever, business partners. We just trust each other. And if ever I don't agree with something, unless I have to, correct it on the spot, we talk about it later. Because I see some women, you should never bash your guy in public. That is the worst thing you could do to a man ever. He's gonna hold resentment. He's going to be pissed off at you. And you probably won't be together for a very long time. And if you force yourself to be together with someone that you're not compatible with, guess what? You're going to be miserable. Force yourself to be together with someone that you're not compatible with, guess what? You're going to be miserable. Miserable, guys. I'm happy. I'm me. I'm the same Syl here, tomorrow, yesterday, at the office, at home. I'm the same person in front of everybody. The same crazy girl. He's the same guy. I let him be him and he lets me be me. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't act like a certain way, because I know this could be a touchy subject because I talk about it a lot. I just let him be. Like, why should he have to act different if I'm around? It's weird. Isn't it weird? I think it's so weird. Why? And again, it comes down to communication, trusting each other, loving each other, letting each other be. I'm like, I need a husband, a partner in crime, not a fucking dad. I don't want to be his mom. He has a mom. For us now, currently where we stand, we have everything. I literally have so much help, which is the only reason why I could do what I do. But it wasn't always like that. It really wasn't, guys. We just get up and work every single day. We live by our calendar. And that's it. How many of you guys use your calendar like your Bible every morning when you wake up? That's the first thing you look at. Okay. Super important. I know people that are not where they want to be and then they don't show up to an appointment when they have an assistant. Everybody missed it. I'm like, how? It is just so bad. And you know what it is? It's a lack of loving what you do. Albert and I love what we do, guys. Like, I love helping people. I love being of service to people. That's why I loved being a realtor. I still have my clients call me. We just give them to people in the company. I'm like, take care of the client. I get one complaint, you'll never get a lead from me ever again. Because you have one job if you're a salesperson. Call the lead ASAP. Don't be waiting all day if you don't have a full pipeline. And even if you do, you have to prioritize your new transactions. And you have to prospect all day, every day, 6 hours a day. And if you have no escrows, no transactions, no sales, then it should be all day. But what do? We let ourselves off the hook. We just say, oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. And then people aren't where they want to be and they want to sit there and complain. See, we can give you the information. You guys can give it to your employees, salespeople, team. But if they don't execute, it's not ever gonna work. And it's such simple things if you really think about it. We make life so freaking complicated when it's not that difficult, guys. It really isn't. Our mindset is everything. Everything we think about comes into existence. This is my little daughter. Look how cute she is. I want to tell you guys a cute little story. That little girl was praying. You guys want to know what she was praying for? To be able to do cartwheels. You know what she was doing the next day nonstop to perfection? Cartwheels. I was like, we've been practicing for like a week. I'm like showing her. And anything you want. She's a kid. You want 20 deals in the pipeline? What is it? What do you want? You have to yell it out into existence. Because if you guys are not clear with what you want, you're never going to get it. You're just wandering, waking up, hoping that it just works out some magical way. There is no secret recipe. If there ever is, I promise I will be the first one to let all of you know. It doesn't work like that. So, being very, very, very clear with what you want from life. Personal, professional, financial goals. When Albert says billion, it makes me like, I'm just like, oh shit. I see all those zeros and I'm like, wow. It's a long road for that. Where we've gotten is impressive and it's not even anything. It feels like we're just getting started. So wherever you are now, declare where you're going to be next year and the year after that and 5 years down the line and then 10 years. And what does that look like? But every single day is going to be crazy. Every single day will be like, oh my God, if you stick true to your goals, because it doesn't matter if you have $1 billion. Having the right partner is important. Being in good health is important because that $1 billion, picture $1 billion and take away the one, which is your health, what do you have? You have nothing. Nothing. And you have to be committed because most people are just interested. They're interested in making $1 million. But the $1 million is not what's important. It's the person that you have to become to make $1 million. Most of us have 90% more to give. I promise you guys that. 90% more. Some of us operate like at very low potential. It's like crazy. And if you just create the little habits, the little tiny habits that every single day you're being a little bit better, a little bit better. I'm not saying that from today till the end of the month you're going to be perfect. I would be lying. But if you have goals that are more important than what you're currently doing, that instant gratification that we're all looking for, you delay it. And then you, like me, Albert's like, let's take 30 days off drinking. I'm like, let's go. And whatever you do, I'm going to double down. So he did 33 days. I did 66. And it went by. We're always competing with each other, but in a good way. Like in a good way. Where to me, it's more important to look my best. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try to take care of my body. Having kids is brutal. It's brutal. It's crazy. It just does all these things, and only women can understand that because we go through it. But I'm like, I want to look good. I don't want to change. It's never happened to me before, by the way. I always snap right back, and we're expected to snap right back. And I'm not saying you have to snap right back, but this time I was just like, you know what? I have so much going on. Like, it's just crazy, and I'm just going to fucking take it one little step at a time so I don't go crazy, right? I think I lost like 16 pounds when I did this like 2 weeks ago. But for me, again, you have to decide, what do I want most? Do I want to just keep drinking because it's there and eating like shit? Or do I want to stop drinking for a little bit, lose 16 pounds, and look better? Because in my lifetime, have I ever changed more than 1 or 2 times? I was like changing and changing. It took me longer to change, to pick an outfit, than to like shower, put my makeup on, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is not good. Because the way you look affects everything. And if you're not confident in yourself and your body, how if you don't love yourself, how can you expect anybody else to love you? And Albert's like, oh, to look good for me. I'm like, to look good for me. For me. And then him, I have the same expectations of him. I'm like, oh, okay, you want to remind me to get on the stairs? I said, don't forget, the little fluff right here. Let's get rid of it, baby. But we're very honest with each other. Like, I know a lot of couples aren't like this, and I really encourage it. We have that relationship improvement dinner. I let them have it in the beginning. I said lately, it's just, everything's been really, really great, with the exception of some things that I just couldn't understand why they were happening. But remember that energy, sometimes some people have to go, other people come in. And that's just how life goes. And when you're on the way up, sometimes you have to stop the elevator and let some people out. And that's okay. Because Albert and myself, we move at such high levels. Like, we're just speeding through. Like, it's crazy. I can barely keep up. And again, I have a ton of help. I have everything that I need. And it's just, we're so busy. Our calendar is jam-packed. It's jam-packed. And regardless of where you are right now, if you have a mindset of winning is a mindset. Because when I read this, I was like, damn, this is good. Look, how you think becomes how you feel, right? How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So what does this tell you? You have to protect your mind. You have to protect it, because sometimes we don't realize that we're being a little negative, or we're around a negative person, and then you start to feel like shit. Yes or no? there are days I wake up, lately I wake up super happy because I love my little baby and she's so cute. And I love my kids, I love my husband. But that little tiny little baby, sometimes I open my eyes and she's just staring at me. Or, it's just like the best feeling in the world. And we have to be grateful for where we currently are, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. And me personally, I've never, ever, ever had anybody pass away in my life that I was close to. My father, he left I don't have a dad. So my grandma's like my other mom. And she has lung fibrosis, which is the saddest thing because we're all sitting here breathing and we don't think about it and we're breathing and it's a privilege to breathe, right? So when I think that her lungs won't be able to do this, from her walking to the kitchen or walking to the bathroom, it's horrible. It is like the weirdest feeling because I don't even know what that would look like. I don't want to think about it. I know dying is part of life, but it's just so sad. Like, it makes me so sad. Today she's not doing so well. And to me, it just, knowing that one day, guys, if you have your parents, we're all getting old. We're all sitting here and tomorrow we're going to be older than we were today. But when you're so busy and you're so caught up in your business and you're working and you're giving your time, your energy, your effort to people, you sometimes are too busy to go and, make the time to see your parents, to make the time to see your grandma, to make the time to see whoever is important to you. Right? And then they're gone. And then one day that's not even going to be an option. You're not going to be able to call them. So just lately, I just been on this way different mindset, vibration. I've been reading about different things because I can improve. I'm not perfect. We can all improve. Like Ty said, everybody has different information. But the ultimate question is, are you happy with your life? Are you happy with the life you have today when you wake up? Because one day, I'm looking at my grandma and I'm like, damn. Because I go visit her and we, do things. She can't do much because she's on oxygen 24/7 now. It started off with just in the morning, then it went to the night, then it's just 24/7 now, right? She's 86, so she's had a good life. And she's like, and I'm ready. So... I'm like, that's what we all have to look forward to. So the things that aren't going to matter then, why would we give them any importance now? Because we think about it. We spend sometimes a lot of time on stupid things that really don't matter. So that's what Albert and I don't focus on, because now I only want to focus on who and what matters only, and that's it. Learning how to read energies is important. We're all energy. That's all that we are. It's all that we are. So get really focused, guys, because money is great. It's important. We need it. People say it's not important, but it impacts absolutely everything. Where you live, your type of healthcare, your food. It literally impacts everything. So it's your guys' duty. It's your responsibility. It's your obligation to go out and get as much of it as you can so that you can change the world. Because these events, guys, this is a world-class event. Our team did such a good job, right? It's a lot of moving parts, a lot. So guess what? We don't have to do this. We love to do this. I want to do one all in Spanish sometime soon, Para todos los Latinos, eh. And whatever it is that you want to create, guys, just believe in yourself. Know that you could do it. It's just a matter of, are you willing to or not? Are you willing to do it or not? Because most people say they want better friends, they want a better life, they want a better spouse, they want whatever better. But they're not trying their best. So how could you attract better if you aren't better? What we currently have, that's the life you guys have created. because of your actions 30, 60, 90 days back, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And only you can change that. Because so many people, I see them, we say no to so many things now. Before, we were trying to accommodate to everyone and everything. And guess what? No. Just say no.